Gold dust at my feet.
On a sunny side.
On the sunny side of the street.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the large morning show in the afternoon. Here we are, the 22nd day of December. Another sleepy, dusty Delta day.
It was the 3rd of June, another sleepy, dusty Delta day.
Oh, it's the 3rd of June.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting.
I think so.
We have a guest in the studio, and he's looking like, I wonder why I came in here. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So, how do I set this up? I tried to set this up yesterday. First of all, please welcome to the studio a guy who's been working for KTRS for 7 years. We've never seen him or heard of him, James Install. Hello, James. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Thanks for having me.
So, the reason you're here is you sent me I didn't make any notes. I didn't go online and look up DC, Marvel. We're going to just wing it here because I don't want to appear that I know any more than I do, and I don't know much. My grandson, my daughter, and my wife are out right now, and they're shopping. They're and I know some of what they will buy is related to this Marvel Comics, DC Comics thing. Now, for anybody listening who's going, I don't want to hear this. Yes, you do, and I'll tell you why. Very few of you don't have some kids or young people, and when I say young people, I mean up to, well, James is 40, okay, and he's into this stuff big time. So especially teens, 20s, 30.
Colin Jeffrey's into it,
oh, my
too,
goodness,
I think.
this is a gigantic, not just industry, but cult almost that keeps up with these superheroes. And I guess you call them all superheroes, correct?
Yeah, more or less.
All right, the reason I had you in, what if, for the benefit of me and everybody like me who has kids, nieces, nephews, grandchildren, and you're stumped. Do you ever get a kid something, and when they open it, you can tell you got them something they don't want or have no idea what it is, and you're all excited and go on, Jimmy, open it. And they open it and go, what is it?
Yeah.
You know, and wah, wah. It's a huge letdown. But I think if you give kids today anything with Captain America, Flash, Hulk, Superman, Batman, any of that on it, they'll light up. Now, I'm lost, and I need to get an education, and James is going to give it to us. So we'll start here. For all the people, you still have a couple days to shop for Christmas. If there are kids on the list, James, would you say there's about a 90% chance that if you get a young person something with superheroes or a superhero on it, or that is a superhero, they're going to be okay. The kid's going to know what it is, and they're going to like it, right?
Absolutely, boy or girl too.
Okay, for my kids, it was X-Men, and what was the other one I mentioned yesterday? There was an X-Men and Masters of the Universe.
Right, He-Man.
Oh, yeah.
He-Man, Transformers. When I was a kid, we did have Superman because there was a TV show, Superman, and I guess that came from DC Comics, is that right?
That's right.
So all of these superheroes are products of one of two comic book series, DC or Marvel.
Those are the big two, yes.
All right. Let's start with this. Give me the DC superheroes. Who are they?
The big ones, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, The Flash, Green Arrow. There's a whole bunch of them. Green Lantern, and there's 4 or 5 different main Green Lanterns for Earth.
DC.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now give me the Marvel superheroes.
Marvel would be...
He's not reading either. This is unbelievable. Go ahead.
Marvel would be the Avengers, like Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, the
Are those
Incredible
all
Hulk.
Avengers?
They are, yeah.
See, I didn't know this.
Yeah, they're in the main
called
Avengers.
The Avengers.
Yeah, you went and saw one of the
I saw
Iron
Robert
Man
Downey
movies,
Jr.'s Iron Man.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what I was looking at.
That's the one that started it all, too.
You know, it was great gimmickry and gadgetry and computerized whatever, but I didn't get it.
I didn't know anything about Iron Man, but I saw the movie and loved it. I've seen, isn't there 2 of them?
There's 3
Or
out,
3?
actually, yeah.
Yeah, Dan, idiot.
Okay, I've seen 2
Everybody
of them.
knows that. 3 of them. So they are all the DC Comics people, are they called Avengers?
No, that's the Marvel comics. The DC are usually in the Justice League.
But are all the Marvel people called the Avengers?
No, because there's the group of the Fantastic Four. There's the X-Men.
See, this is where I get lost.
Oh, the Fantastic Four has that rock guy.
Yeah, the Thing.
The Thing, that's his name. Yeah, he looks
No,
like
see,
just a bunch of rocks.
I actually know less than I thought I knew. Now I'm really realizing how stupid I am. So there are no bad guys in any of these people you mentioned.
The people I mentioned, no. Obviously, each universe has their own set of villains, but those people I mentioned are not bad guys.
Who are their villains?
For DC, it's people like the Joker, Lex Luthor, Catwoman.
Okay, I've heard of these because they're Batman people.
Right. Yeah. And Lex Luthor is a Superman villain. There's Brainiac, the Toy Man. There's Malcolm Merlin. There's
All right, who creates this stuff? Who are the people?
Going all the way back to like the 30s, were people like Joe Shuster. Created Superman. Bob Kane and Bill Finger created Batman. And
Bill Finger?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't even know her.
Give her him shot.
Pretty good.
But yeah, they created all these, and then it kind of slowly spawned out from there. And there's certain superheroes will appear in, like the Martian Manhunter first appeared in Detective Comics, which was Batman's feature. Now he's on the new Supergirl TV show that's out right now.
I will never get this. I can tell right now I'll never get it. Here, I had to be reminded by my wife. Spider-Man is Spider-Man because he was bitten by a spider.
That's right.
And something got in his blood.
Peter Parker.
And
yeah.
Peter Parker. And what causes him to become Spider-Man? Something bad happening? It triggers something or what?
He got the radioactive bite, and so now he's got the proportionate strength and speed of a spider, and he's a genius, so he was able to build those little web shooters that he wears and swing around town. He's got the...
So he can do that at will?
Yeah, whenever he wants.
Okay. Superman, who was his dad? Because his dad, there was a movie like, what's his name?
Marlon Brando.
Brando.
Yeah, Jor-El.
Brando played his
Jor-El.
dad.
Jor-El, yeah.
Now, is this just a child that was born and they discovered he was super strong? Because I barely remember. They're on a farm and he lifts a tractor or something.
Yeah, in the original movie, that's right. Yeah, he was from another planet, the planet Krypton.
How did he get here from that planet?
His planet was slowly dying. They knew it was going to be destroyed, so his mom and dad put him in a rocket ship and sent him away so that he would survive.
So this is a throwback to like the biblical, put the child in the basket, put him in the river,
yeah.
and the baby is found.
And they wrapped him up in that
swaddling clothes. No, that's Jesus.
Yeah, no, they did. They wrapped him up in those blankets and stuff. And didn't his mom make his
whole uniform? Yeah,
out of all that
was put along with him to
his mom
made
his Superman uniform.
Yes, yeah,
but he's a little boy.
Yeah,
and she called him Superman.
No, he was called Kal-El.
Listen to this guy.
Lois
he doesn't
Lane
have
named
one note.
No, the people that know this stuff know it by...
So his name from his original planet was what?
Kal-El.
Kal-El.
So L is the last name. His father
He's
was
a car
Jor-El.
dealer in California. Hi, I'm Kal-El. You buy your new car from Kal-El Chevrolet.
Call me first, call me last.
You call me Cal.
But he doesn't have to call me Johnson.
I will never understand any of this. but here's what I do know. Hats off to the people that created this stuff because they're making a fortune. Go in any store, not just a toy store. Go in Walgreens. Go in anywhere, and you'll see Spider-Man. For people who have nieces, nephews, kids, a grandparent, whatever, or just a neighbor who has a kid and you're good friends and you want to get them something, what could they buy if they still haven't come up with anything for Christmas where you'd say they could not go wrong? Give me a character who's the most popular of all these characters. I'm going to say right now it's got to be Spider-Man.
You are entirely correct.
Hey,
Spider-Man,
how about me?
They just had a merchandising war, and they looked at the merchandising that was sold for Batman versus Spider-Man, and Spider-Man outsold Batman merchandise by almost 2-1.
And my gauge for that is just my grandson. He has Spider-Man sheets. He has Spider-Man pajamas. He has a Spider-Man toothbrush. He has a Spider-Man jacket.
And
a
you
hood.
haven't even covered... Now, how does Star Wars work into something like that? That's just a whole other...
It's still in the kind of the pop culture realm, and Marvel Comics actually produces a Star Wars line. They've got Darth Vader comics. They've got Lando Calrissian comics. There's the main Star Wars comics.
Lando what?
Lando Calrissian.
What is that?
It's New Butter, not Land of Lakes, but Lando Calrissian. It's special. No? Sorry.
We do the comedy.
What was the guy that played Lando? In
Billy D. Williams.
Yes. Do you remember that? That was one
In
of the
Empire Strikes
original
Back.
three.
That was in the first one.
I just found out that Nick Fury is Samuel L. Jackson, right?
Yep.
Because my my grandson, we're watching some movie, and by the way, they're all the same to me. There's a space-type thing, a craft, and somebody reaches up and throws a hammer at it or shoots a laser at it, and it disintegrates. And that's the movie. That's the whole movie. And then here comes another craft, and then they jump in a craft, and they chase a craft, and they blow it out of the sky, and then they knock a building down, and that's kind of it. But we're watching the guy with the eye patch, Samuel L. Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to my grandson, "Who's that?" And he goes, "Captain America." He's 2.5. And I said, "Who's that?" "That's the Hulk." "Who's that?" "That's Flash." I said, "Who's that?" And I pointed to Samuel L. Jackson. He didn't know. So I Googled it. And I actually was able to tell him, I said, "That's Nick Fury, right?"
Exactly.
Oh, I thought it was an attorney.
No, that's the other guy with the iPad.
Oh, okay.
So who is Nick Fury?
Nick Fury is the head of S.H.I.E.L.D.
What is S.H.I.E.L.D.?
S.H.I.E.L.D. is a special organization that's designed to protect Earth from extraterrestrial threats, global threats.
Okay.
That makes sense.
It was actually created by Stan Lee.
What's the second most popular superhero to Spider-Man? Batman?
Batman, I would be.
Want to hear
probably
my
the best.
Batman? Because it's good.
Yeah.
I'm Batman. Huh?
It actually was.
Thank you.
That was the Christian Bale Batman, but
No, I'm the Christian
new
Bale
one. Ben Affleck will
No.
be the new Batman.
No,
coming
not
out,
to
right?
me. No.
Really?
I'm Batman.
Now, Batman has, and I know it because my girlfriend's granddaughter, she's 5, she is into all of the superheroes. She goes crazy, but she's
Now, see,
really...
that's interesting to me, too. Girls are into that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And she is really into Batman and Lego Batman and the Batman video games. It's the Lego Batman video game, too.
All right, who are the female superheroes? Catwoman?
Catwoman's kind of an anti-hero. Usually she's a bad guy, but she's not purely evil.
Okay.
But they're, as far as the villains go in the DC universe...
That's what you could say of most women. They're not purely evil.
No.
Right.
Okay, who
They
else?
can turn it on and off.
That's right.
There is the Cheetah, who's an adversary of Wonder
That's
Woman.
a woman?
Mm-hmm.
The Cheetah. Mm-hmm. Oh, the Bob Cuban song. Haven't you heard about that chick known as the Cheetah? So who else?
Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy.
Oh, my goodness.
Poison Ivy. Wow.
And that was played by who? And
Uma Thurman played her in the Batman and Robin movie.
You remember that?
No. Now, wasn't Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman?
She was Catwoman in the second Batman movie.
Honest to goodness, I'm looking at you, you're not reading one thing. You can name every single person who played a person, who is a person, who was a person, who was a superhero. You just, that's sad.
When you're a skinny, pasty white
Sad.
kid and don't play sports in high school, this is what you end up being. So,
Well, you're pasty white because you don't go outside.
Well, there's that,
too. The stuff all the time. Now, so it's here we are. It's Christmas, and I guess there are kids who aren't into this or don't know anything about it, but I can't imagine there are many. It's kind of like saying there are girls who don't know what Barbie is or wouldn't want a Barbie, but they have to be just such a teeny tiny percentage. Every girl, American Girl, Barbie, they know what that is.
right.
So, as each of these characters, they're not all stars. In other words, there's never been a Poison Ivy series.
No,
but there
well,
was a
comic
Batman.
books, she's had a miniseries or two.
Okay. Who is the current Batman?
The current Batman right now is Ben Affleck.
Who is your favorite Batman?
I got to go with Michael Keaton. Because I've always said anybody can put on the cape and cowl and
No
play
kidding.
Batman, but it's hard to play Bruce Wayne. That's the hard part, and I think Michael Keaton nailed it.
And I only know about Christian Bale because I may have seen another one, but I don't remember them.
Was
And
it,
the reason I
Michael
remember,
Keaton was the one with Jack Nicholson
Yeah.
was
I
the
thought
Joker.
That was the
that
first
was the
one,
right?
Yeah.
Now you're going to get a big kick out of this, James, because you're really into this. I have Jack Nicholson on live by satellite.
Really?
Whoa.
Yes, and he was to many people the Joker, and he wants to say hi to you, James.
That'd be awesome.
And tell us what a thrill it was to be the Joker. Jack, are you there?
Yes, I am, Frank. How the hell are you?
I'm great, Jack. James Enstall is here. Say hi to James.
Hey, James, what's going on there, buddy?
Great to talk to you, Mr. Nicholson.
Yeah, it's good to talk to you, too. Now, exactly how many freaking comic books do you own, mister?
Easily over 50,000.
Okay, he's in deep. He's in deep. Jack, I know you're busy. Thanks for being with us.
No, I'm not that busy, actually.
We're out of time. I'm sorry, Mr.
Thanks for being
Nicholson.
with
Yeah.
us.
Okay.
To many, Jack, you are the Joker.
Thanks so much.
Jack Nicholson, everybody. live by satellite. Now, I can't do it for you now. And let's make this a little bit about me, if we could. I can't do this for you now, but I when the movie came out, I nailed it. And I haven't seen it for 2 or 3 years, and I haven't done it for 2 or 3 years. But Heath Ledger as the Joker, right?
Yeah.
With that, his mouth was cut, and I'd have to watch it again, but I don't even remember any of the
Yeah, you should probably watch it again.
lines, but I found it. My father decided to teach me a lesson, so he cut me. Yeah, he cut my with a knife. He cut me, and I used to be able to do it. Let's put it that way.
That was good.
That was
Thank
pretty
you, thank
good.
you.
Really
Yeah.
good.
The more, and there was just sort of such a demonic. He was almost giddy when he got really scary, and that smacking. And I didn't know about Heath Ledger because I refused to see Brokeback Mountain.
Sure.
So what I know of him was the Joker. Now, I thought the Joker, back in the Adam West days, was a guy who played joke, just like the Riddler had a riddle. I don't remember the Joker, Heath Ledger, playing any jokes.
There are different incarnations depending on which person is writing the characters, and in the 70s they actually went pretty dark with the Joker, and he started killing people, and it was they kind of took a darker turn.
So
over
the Joker
60s
has
campy
always
style.
been bad. He's been
Oh,
a
yeah.
villain. He's a villain, and he's against all the good guys,
Exactly.
especially Batman.
Yeah. He's like one of the big DC villains.
All right, let's get to items. Items that these characters. Batman does not have a hammer. Batman never had a cape, but he didn't have a shield. Hulk has his body when he decides to become enraged. And by the way, one of my favorite TV shows, Bill Bixby, is the Hulk. Dr. David Banner.
Lou Ferrigno, sure.
When he would, and like Dan does the line, "You won't like me when I'm angry." When that shirt rips open and Lou Ferrigno pops out, I love that. But what are the other items you could get for kids? Star Wars has the lightsaber things. Hang on, Thor has a hammer, right?
That's right. Yep.
Captain America has a shield. What else is there?
Nick Fury has the eye patch. That's kind of cool.
Okay.
But Batman has his utility belt that has all of his batarangs and his
What?
utility belt.
His batarang?
Yeah.
It's a boomerang in the shape of a bat.
Yeah.
You know that.
Didn't you? Even Batman on the TV series has that utility belt with the
I
batarang
cannot
and
be
stuff.
the only adult who is clueless, who's lost.
Oh, no,
here.
no.
I can't be. There
Yeah, I
have to
think
be
that
other
was
people
all
who don't know any of this.
After your time.
It
where
wasn't.
you
It was
would've-
after my
yeah.
kids.
Yeah,
but my
it
kids,
would've-
were, like I said, Transformers and X-Men and Masters of the Universe. That was it for them. That
I
was
had the
big
same
thing.
stuff. Yeah, that was. I love Masters of the Universe.
All right. Cartoons. I guess on any given day you could go on the 200 channels that are available and find cartoons featuring these characters.
Yeah, Cartoon Network usually is replaying some, and Netflix has a bunch of them. Batman Beyond, Justice League United. The CW is currently doing one called Vixen. That's so there's all sorts of cartoon shows to be seen and had out there as well.
Hey, are there Power Rangers? Are they involved in DC or Marvel?
That's an independent. It's actually like anime, like Japanese
okay.
type of culture stuff.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
kind of like Pokemon. It's in that same realm.
Yeah, okay.
But it's still around because out at the store today, going down the toy aisle,
Power
and there was a
Rangers?
whole Power
Yeah.
Ranger section.
Oh, yeah.
So
No, it's
they're
still big, yeah.
active.
I don't even know what that is, Power Rangers.
There's 4 of them.
Who are they?
That I'm not as familiar with the Power Rangers, but they are basically they're warriors, and they have the green one, the blue one, the pink one, the purple one.
Okay, I guess the good news here is the kids are into this. There's nothing dangerous about this, and they are attracted to people or figures or characters who are good for the most part.
Yeah.
They're fighting evil, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So that's not a dangerous thing. And I said yesterday, all little boys pretend to fight. When I was a kid, it was cowboys and Indians or cops and robbers, but you were fighting. Cops against the robbers, cowboys against the Indians. We played war where you were soldiers. Mm-hmm. It's fighting. Mm-hmm. And this is fighting. So that's never going to change. So I guess if a kid has to get into something, this is better than them going, hey, I'm Jeff Dahmer, and another kid going, I'll be John Wayne Gacy. At least they're locking into good instead of evil.
Right, exactly.
Correct?
Yeah.
Now, what do you think would be the number one product this Christmas season?
I know the Lego toys Dan mentioned because they have Lego, Marvel, and DC have both licensed a line of
and
Lego
they're
toys.
Smart because Lego could have gone the way of Tinker Toys.
Oh, exactly,
Had
yeah.
they not gotten into this stuff.
No, they've got every kind of conceivable Lego. They've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Legos. They've got Star Wars Legos. You can actually
Is that
build
still alive?
a
The
Death
Ninja
Star.
Turtle thing?
Yeah,
Oh,
actually, new sequel coming out.
Oh my
It's-
goodness!
There was a
Oh.
whole section of Ninja Turtle stuff too today. I saw it. Yeah.
It like came back as strong as it was before when it first started.
Well, there must be 100 of these people, these characters. You've just named between Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, Ultimate whatever, all
Avengers,
these superheroes.
X-Men,
They're 100, 150.
Easily. There's probably at least 3 full aisles of toys just if you go to like a local department
Well,
store.
no wonder a parent could go broke trying to keep a kid in all this stuff. And then it's littered all over the floor. You go through my house right now, my grandson's there, you will step or trip over 50 different things that have to do with this DC, Marvel, whatever. And then I guess what I think is the oddest is that they still keep saying comic book, and there's nothing funny in it. And to me, a comic is Dagwood,
Beetle Bailey.
Beetle Bailey. Those are comics.
I think it just started out as comics, and they just didn't really bother changing the name, like Government Intelligence. Just kept it, it was like,
Even though it didn't exist.
Yeah.
I guess I'm an odd person because I don't ever in my life as a kid remember reading a comic book. Ever. I never read a comic book. I never bought a comic book. They were in cheap cellophane. I remember that. At Pickett's Grocery. And they were a nickel. And the only books I was ever interested in that were wrapped in cellophane were the adult pornography books, which you weren't supposed to look at, and they had to wrap those in cellophane.
right.
So what else should people know before we break this up? What should they know if they have kids in the family? You never want to get a kid something where they're going to go, what's this? I don't like this. Because kids are kids, and they'll be honest.
Right. I'd say the best thing to do is to, if you're the aunt or the uncle, check with the parents because the parents usually will know what the kid's into all the time. But there's certain
And if
things.
the parents say, he loves Batman, boom, you're in. Because you can find a flashlight, Batman flashlight. You can find a Batman pajamas. You can find a Batman anything.
Exactly.
Bed sheets, pillowcases, Batman blanket, Batman sweater.
You can go to the mall and there's 3 or 4 stores that will sell superhero merchandise. So
And now, do any of the stores categorize them? Like, here's the Batman section. Here's the...
usually not unless you're going to a specialty comic book store.
Okay,
Then
what's
they'll
the
have
best store? If right now an adult goes, oh my goodness, this is fantastic, I don't know what to get Timmy, and here we just have to, I'm going to the mall, and I'm going to get him something superhero. What store?
I'd say if you're heading out to the mall, I know V-Stock at Chesterfield Mall has a huge selection of stuff. And
Okay.
you can't
I've never
go
heard
wrong.
of that store.
Yeah, it's right there where Borders used to be in Chesterfield Mall.
Never heard of it.
yeah, it's V-Stock. That's all the Borders now, right?
I think so, yeah. A lot
Because
of them
there's-
converted.
There's
What is
one
it?
in-
I'm not a shopper. What is V-Stock?
It's got movies, they've got DVDs, Blu-rays, they've got memorabilia, they've got books, they've got CDs and music, they've got comic books.
So it's a big store.
Huge, yeah, 2 levels.
And they have a lot of superhero stuff.
Yeah, they've got a lot of actually vintage toys. So if you wanted to get your kid an old Masters of the Universe figure and say, hey, remember this? You could probably get
All right,
it
so
there.
why didn't Toy Story, because I've been reintroduced to Toy Story this last couple, why didn't Toy Story create a huge resurgence in the popularity of Mr. Potato Head and Woody and that Slinky dog? Why didn't that happen?
I'd say they did in a way because you still, Mr. Potato Heads, they have Mr. Potato Head Darth Vader out now. It's called Darth Tater.
Oh, they had to bring Potato Head into the Star Wars thing.
yeah.
Darth Tater.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
So they got mashups with all these things, and they are pretty
Mashups. See
popular.
what you did there? Potatoes?
Yeah.
Mashed potatoes.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do that.
Wow, I'm so lost. There's so much I don't know. But, folks, here's the deal. Like James just said, ask the parents. If you're not the parent, say, look, what is he or she really into? And then you can spend $10 or $100 because there will be plenty of stuff with that character. This was very educational and entertaining. Is there anything you wanted to mention that we didn't get around to?
I just say if you are interested in this kind of stuff, you can check me out on Twitter at Geek to Me Radio, also
Geek?
on Instagram,
Geek to Me. Okay.
and
radio.
website geektomeradio.com.
They can also go on YouTube.
Exactly. I've got my unboxing videos. That's a great gift, too. If you want to give your kid something unique, you can give them a box to the subscription service. They have exclusive crates that they'll send right to your kid. Open it up. It's got Star Wars, Marvel comics, whatever the theme might be for the month.
Okay. And they can also go to, is there a site to go to? I don't know what I'm saying here. A site that sort of directs adults to different products that are out and hot.
You could go to a really good website, entertainmentearth.com.
Okay.
And they've got a ton of pop culture stuff, Star Trek, Star Wars, superheroes, Power Rangers. They've got a lot of different things you can browse by category, by subject. If you know your kid's into Spider-Man, click the Spider-Man link. It'll give you all sorts of products, mugs, socks, hats, figures, all sorts of stuff.
Okay. Well, you know a lot of stuff.
I try.
James Install, everybody. A geek in a good way and an expert on all things superheroes. Thank you.
Thank you.
For coming in. I learned a lot. Yeah, I won't retain it.
Right.
But I learned it.